Ever had one of those days where you just knew something fishy was going on? Well, imagine a day when fishy wasn't just a feeling, but a full-blown, fin-flapping reality falling from the sky. Get ready for the most unbelievable, slippery, and hilariously true story you've ever heard. Our story begins in the sleepy town of Puddlebrook, a place so uneventful, its biggest annual excitement was the regional pie baking contest. Folks there lived quiet lives, mostly concerned with garden gnomes and the optimal time to prune roses. Nobody, not even old Farmer McGregor with his weather-predicting knee, saw this coming. The morning started like any other, with Mrs. Higgins complaining about squirrels and young Timmy trying to teach his goldfish, Finley, to fetch. The sky was a perfectly ordinary shade of gray, perhaps a little moody, but nothing out of the ordinary. Little did they know, Finley was about to get some very unexpected company. Then it began. Not rain, not hail, but a sound like 1,000 tiny, wet slaps hitting the rooftops. People peered out their windows, expecting a particularly aggressive pigeon convention, only to gasp in utter disbelief. The sky was raining fish. Imagine the scene, bewildered townsfolk dodging mackerel, umbrellas suddenly useless against a barrage of flapping trout, and poor Mr. Henderson getting a particularly plump perch right on his bald head. It was less a storm, more a spontaneous aquatic aerial assault. Chaos, confusion, and a whole lot of slippery scales ensued. The initial shock quickly gave way to a bizarre mix of panic and pure, unadulterated opportunism. Kids, initially terrified, soon turned it into the greatest game of dodge the flying dinner ever invented. Dogs, usually chasing squirrels, were now utterly bewildered by the sudden abundance of low-flying, edible targets. Mrs. Gable, known for her immaculate lawn, shrieked as a school of sardines landed precisely on her prize-winning petunias. Meanwhile, crazy old man Fitzwilliam, who always claimed the government was hiding something, simply nodded sagely. "Told ya," he mumbled. "They're finally releasing the fish drones." Once the initial downpour subsided, Puddlebrook was left with a rather unique problem. Streets paved with fish. The town square looked less like a public gathering space and more like a giant, impromptu seafood market. The smell, as you can imagine, was distinctive. But Puddlebrookers are nothing if not resourceful. Soon, buckets, wheelbarrows, and even Mrs. Higgins's prize-winning pie tins were being used to collect the bounty. Local restaurants, initially bewildered, quickly changed their menus. Today's special, sky-fallen salmon, became the most popular dish in town. While the townsfolk were busy figuring out how to debone a fish that had just traveled several miles through the atmosphere, the outside world was buzzing. Scientists, with their fancy degrees and even fancier theories, quickly pointed to waterspouts, powerful columns of rotating air that can suck up water and its contents. It was a logical explanation, but far less entertaining. Locals, however, had their own, far more imaginative ideas. Some whispered of ancient fish gods. Others blamed a particularly ambitious flock of seagulls with butterfingers. Young Timmy, ever the optimist, simply believed Finley had finally learned to fly, bringing his whole family along for the ride. The great fish rain of Puddlebrook became an instant legend. The town, once known only for its pies, was now famous for its fishy phenomenon. Tourists flocked, hoping to catch a glimpse of a rogue sardine or perhaps even a flying tuna. The local souvenir shop started selling "I Survived the Fish Storm" t-shirts, which surprisingly sold out. Puddlebrook never quite returned to its sleepy ways. The scent of fish lingered faintly in the air, a constant reminder of that extraordinary day. And every time a cloud gathered, someone inevitably looked up, half joking, half hoping, for another unexpected delivery from the heavens. It taught them that even the most ordinary places can experience the most extraordinary and hilariously messy miracles. So what's the wildest, most unbelievable thing that's ever happened in your town? Have you ever witnessed something so bizarre it made you question reality, or at least wonder what's for dinner? Share your own extraordinary tales in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more stories that prove life is stranger and often funnier than fiction.